Good evening, guys, and are you brave enough? I'm Ames, your host for this evening, and tonight Trudy isn't at a secret location. She's at a place called Hauling, but she wants your why why the spirits reside there. We're going to get more information about that very soon. Anyway, tonight I am joined in the studio with resident historian, and please could you like, share, and bump up those hearts. Right, let's get on with it. Let's bring on Danny. Hello,
Hello.
my lovely.
I liked that little
How are you
introduction.
tonight?
Very good, thank you.
Did you?
It was
I've been
nice.
rewriting it, so
Yeah,
so
I like
I
that.
thought I'd
Very good.
add you. Yeah, where credit's due. So,
Thank you.
do you want to tell us a little bit about about this location tonight
Absolutely.
before we bring
So,
Trudy on?
Trudi is in Halling, which is in Kent, and she's at a particular location where you won't necessarily find loads of history on it, but a lot of the pathways that are going through the woods. There have been some really strange goings on. Both her daughter, and some friends of hers that also walk through this pathway have felt lots of really strange things. So she's over there tonight investigating. We want you to see what you pick up, what you film, what you're getting. And then as we go through, we'll kind of validate that with what some of the residents have been saying. I'll take what you're getting as well and see if I can validate some of that stuff from a historical point of view. And yeah, a little bit different. So usually we'd say kind of guess where we are, what you're feeling. We don't want that tonight. We really want to pick up on names, on any kind of significant things you feel, dates, and that kind of presence that you get there. So it's a great location already. I know it's a bit spooky over there because not so long ago we spoke to Trudi, and she's there with her daughter this evening as well. So yeah, I think it's good to bring them on. Probably she's erring to
Yeah,
get on, I'm sure.
absolutely. Then, hello, Trudy. How are you?
Hi. Can you hear me okay?
So, how are you, Trudy? You okay? Yes, we can hear you. How are you?
Yeah. Right, we're in a. I've got my thermal seat camera and I've got the K2, and we're in a footpath. Because all it is a public footpath. We don't want to say what happens up here, so hopefully the viewers can pick up on what they're sensing, but I don't know what's up here, so I'm hoping that they can help us tonight rather than we kind of do a guessing game. I want them to feel where I am, what I'm doing, and see if they can
Absolutely.
give me information. Oh, this fox is up there
Brilliant.
already, isn't there?
Yeah,
I
can hear
forgot to
it.
All we
mention
need is a foxy
Trudy's
scream.
psychic tarot Ken not on tonight. I almost forgot to say
No,
because
because I'm
she's out
here.
on location.
Stop.
Right. So,
Can you see
guys,
it
if
okay?
you pick anything up, yes, we can see everything. Fine. It's good. Right. So, if anyone's picking anything up, please put it in the chat, and we'll we'll pin that lot and see what we get.
If
So,
anyone wants me to do anything,
everyone's
message, but nothing too spooky, please.
Oh,
There's a moth trying to get me.
We've sprayed ourselves for the mozzies, and I've got a hat on. I've got my GHT hat on because I don't do spiders in case one jumps on me.
It's not your mozzies you got to worry about. It's the frogs.
I saw a toad in our garden the other night. I know that's sidetracking, but yeah.
Denise said to walk up a little further.
Denise wants me to. Yeah, right, Denise. Yeah.
Go on.
How far does she want me to go?
Just
up?
walk up a little bit more. Keep going.
It's long. It's a huge, long footpath.
You can do it. You're brave.
No, I'm not. Who said I was brave? Are you brave enough? No, I say no every time.
You are, Moody.
Yeah, you are.
It's so dark. Can't we do this camera.
It's not like you haven't done it before.
She said stop. She says here.
I've stopped. There's nothing on the seat.
Denise says stop.
Okay. I'm going around with the thermal imaging.
Trudi, how are you feeling there?
Which way? I'm in the way.
You're in the way.
Trudi, how's it feeling?
Edgy. Edgy, I think, is the word.
My
It
chest is tight.
When I first came up and like we turned into it, it was like, oh, really? And Tia comes up here a lot in the daytime. She hates it.
So what happens when people go up there?
Dogs don't like it. Dogs refuse to walk up this pathway. And that's what we want to find out, is why. We don't know why they're refusing. They're turning back, they're digging their heels in. Tia walks dogs, and they get here, and it's not just the ones Tia walks, it's other people in the village get their dogs to this pathway, and the dog refuses to go up, and it's just a public footpath. But we don't know what they're afraid of, because they're seeing something we can't.
Karen's mentioned that she senses a male presence.
A male presence.
Yes, a male presence.
How far up is he?
No, she said to stop there, Dees, it did.
I'm not even getting wild. I can hear wildlife, but I'm getting nothing on the heat seeker at the moment.
You can hear him barking.
Odette mentioned that she's picking up on a murder.
Ooh.
And Ricky says he feels there's children in the area.
What, actually in the footpath or just in the area?
And Denise mentions he put in the area. Denise has mentioned a hooded figure. Anne Rees has mentioned an elemental presence.
Oh.
Okay.
Jill's mentioned, I agree, male presence, not nice. Also keep getting bludgeoned.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and Lynn wants to know, did children die there?
So unless Dan can find anything on the Google.
Diane's
Searching.
Yeah, Diane's mentioned normally it's the sightings for hangings or suicides. Dogs are very good at detection. And also, Steve, South Steve's mentioned it was feeling murdered too.
There's a lot of crashes and a lot of deaths on the
Anita has mentioned, is a dead animal significant to where you are?
Yes, completely. Absolutely. Who said that?
Anita.
Anita, yes, absolutely. I've told Tia not to show me where it is because I'll get upset, but there is a dead animal up here.
I have a feeling I stood next to it.
There's a signal gone.
No.
Right.
I said I have a feeling I stood next to it.
Are we stood next to it?
think so.
Anne says, I mentioned the land as significance if Dan can find any reference to the land.
Searching.
And Denise has mentioned feels ritualistic.
What was that bit?
Feels ritualistic.
Oh, right.
Like there's rituals there.
Should we go in a bit further? It's a very, very long path. It goes all the way up to Meadow Crescent at the top. If anyone
Yeah, it's
wants
massive.
to go hauling, we'll go in a bit further. We're going into.
Okay. So dark.
Julie's mentioned negative area. And
Okay. Let's just
Jill's
stop here, it's a bit
mentioned,
wider.
I'm
Spider
getting
can't get very
pit.
wide. Pits.
Jill's getting a pit, but not a coin though.
Common.
Yeah,
They're
there's
all common.
the pits here. It's a chalk pit. There's chalk pits all over Hawley. They're famous for chalk and chalk pits.
There is one further up.
And there's a huge pit further up that goes up Meadow Crescent, where the land has fallen in and people have had to be wary of their gardens because the pit is capsizing.
Anne's mentioned I sensed a spirit animal as soon as Trudi came on screen, but I dismissed it. It was a dog.
Right, that would probably could explain why dogs are afraid to come up here if they're seeing spirit dogs. That would
Absolutely.
explain a lot. I'd say yes to that.
And Julie's mentioned sacrificial animals.
Oh, bear with me, hold on.
What you got?
I'm just looking at the thermometer and it's changed.
Stay close to one another tonight. Tia, what is the moon tonight?
Can't
Can't
see
see it here. We're under the bushes.
it. We can't see it. This is.
Oh, the moon is over in another direction to where we're standing. We can't see it because we're right in the bushes. If someone could Google that for us.
Oh, we've lost Dan a minute. Ricky's mentioned witchcraft.
Okay.
Welcome
I
back,
just
Dan.
completely lost connection.
That's okay, no worries. Jill mentioned a long negative history linked to the area. Ricky's mentioned witchcraft.
It's got a huge history, Hawley, a very long history.
Yeah, it dates all the way back to the Roman times. There's still loads of
It dates
Roman
way
tiles
back to-
around.
Also, the Hawley Man, if people want to Google Hawley Man,
Yeah.
there was a skeleton found in the chalk pits that goes back to
Wow.
Neanderthal times.
That was, see, Trudy, that was, they found that behind Hawling Station, which isn't too far from where you are now, is it? It's probably
no,
not.
that means there were settlers here before the A228 split the village. The whole village was one. So yeah, there were settlers here in caveman times. Is there something moving?
Denise mentioned that there's many layers. Julie says chickens are predominant in the sacrifices.
No, I think this is pathway.
Is that just pathway and trees? Is
Yeah.
that someone trying to peek out, or is that trees?
No, I think that's.
We're hoping
Go and have a
it's
look.
just a tree.
Go and have a look.
Going up to have a look.
Go and have a...
You made me go and have a look last week. Not last week, the week before. You were like, go down there. Come on,
Yeah,
you'll
you
be
didn't
fine.
It does go.
You didn't get arrested
No.
then last time, did you?
It's taken me 2 weeks to get out of jail.
It's actually a branch poking out and not someone. Because if it moves, oh no, it's not moving, so it's got to be tree.
Trudy,
Yeah,
is
we'll
that
have
your,
it
that's
straight.
yeah,
Let's
your
just
shadow?
It might be a bat or a bird. Or it's just a warm tree, which is weird.
No, it was a dark shadow, not a light one. That's what made me look.
Trudy, you need to get have you got the Sticky Man app?
No, I haven't got. Oh no, I couldn't have Sticky Man app as well. Kato and a heat seeker is good for now.
fox has
I
gone
watched the
quiet.
neighbour's cat with this thing. It's brilliant. When an animal or anything comes in, the outline is just amazing. It's just that this darkness made me think it was like a man up there, but it wasn't. I think it's bush.
Julie says people get an unnerving feeling in that area, even just walking through there.
Definitely,
Yes.
definitely. Well, I'm going to change
Right,
my camera.
Sarah says I think Trudi should go up a bit further and focus to the left.
I'm going to go further.
Yeah. Okay.
And focus on the left.
Ask her to say when to stop.
No one said stop yet.
It's on
But focus on your left-hand side.
Yeah, I was
Stop
going to say that.
Stop. Trudy. Jill says, I don't know why, but I feel a woman was dragged by her hair. What's your hair called? Liz says, I'm seeing Victorian woman, nice dresses, hats through there. And Lynn says, why do I see Roman soldiers?
Yeah, that would
And-
make sense.
Oh, yeah.
And feeling trapped.
Roman soldiers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's Roman soldiers here. Definitely.
Cobwebs everywhere.
Oh, cobwebs. We don't do cobwebs.
You got your hat on. You're fine.
I've got my hat on the phone.
No, you got your hat on. You're fine. Don't worry.
I'm fine. Right, that dark bush is not there anymore.
We walk past it.
No, it's further up.
Oh.
Are you feeling anything there, Trudy?
Just uneasy. I'm not picking up any people here. It just feels uneasy. It's not a path like I would walk up on my own. But apparently Tia says
Thanks,
even
David.
daylight it's horrible.
Case sensed a soldier. Julie says there's a predominant female there. Mary being one of them. Karen says people had to use that walk to go to work. Diane's mentioned the voice of Miss Tia, whatever that is. I don't know what that is. And
Pathway to go into from the
this says
line.
linked to a Victorian lady or ladies linked to the place.
There would
And
have been
also,
a really
was
big
there
six
any
story.
animal attacks there? Were there any animals attacked there, like a child or adult mauled by an animal?
I hope not.
But the possibility
And
is there because
absolutely.
fencing went up.
Julie's mentioned hard labour. And Dylan, does the path lead to a small holding that seems to have life of its own? Almost like it was used to spy on people.
That I don't know. It goes up to Upper Halling. If people want to look at the map, and it goes to Meadow Crescent, and there's a massive chalk pit there, and it's like way up, and then there's woods and everything behind. So it's very out the way. So what? This is just field now, isn't it?
Yeah, this is just a massive field.
That's just a massive
You
field,
can't
and
see
the
into
other
it.
side is field
It's
as
also
well.
field.
Yeah. Right, I'm not picking anything up on the thermal, not even animals. That's really bizarre. Maybe they don't like it down here and they don't come.
Really? That's quite strange, that is.
No, not one. I've not got birds. I've not got the foxes are rife around here. There's no foxes. There's no sound whatsoever.
It's quite strange that there's no animals there.
Nothing.
There's literally zero, nothing at all.
Nothing.
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 That's weird.
I mean, by now I'd have like.
Because normally you do get something.
The bats, anything, but there's absolutely nothing here.
Ever since we've been online, I do feel much heavier than I have for most of the day. Like there is definitely something more like oppressive. It's almost like being pushed. I don't know. It's weird to explain.
I felt worse a bit further back.
Tia has had that before, feeling pushed. Should we go back down again? I know it's noisy down the road, but it's that beginning part. It's the bit when people venture in. It really feels horrible.
Trudy, Sarah thinks that you need to go on a bit further.
Right, Kay says.
Are we ready?
Just
Oh,
said this.
Carl, you're just doing
Kay says, were there huts or small buildings around?
nothing here.
Anne says, especially foxes, they are very active at day or night.
I've got no
Yeah, Sarah wants you to go a bit further down the path.
Okay, just to answer your question.
Judy says she's getting a sincerely heavy feeling where you are.
Yeah, Julie, I feel the same, that heavy feeling. To answer your question around were there huts or small buildings around there, so no, there aren't. However, a couple of years ago, there were loads of plans drawn up for the reservoir, which if you keep going towards the end of where Trudi is, it's just up the top there on the right. There were loads of plans that was done to build loads of small holiday huts. So that's quite an interesting thing that you picked up there, because that's not been done, but it has been spoke about.
Okay. Liz says, I keep seeing a Victorian lady. She's not very nice at all, possibly wicked or evil.
I can't tell if it's moths flying into my legs.
Julie's mentioned a very small dwellings. Anne says, I'm picking up
behind us.
also some sort of disaster within the area.
Tia, I heard something behind us. Do you want to?
I think that came from the road.
Do you want to just turn around and have a look?
There's nothing there.
We're just seeing if there's anything behind us in the spooky area as well.
We're not even that far
Okay.
up either.
Not that far in, and I heard something. I am feeling really uneasy now.
Yeah.
You feeling uneasy too?
I keep feeling like I'm being touched around my legs. I don't know if it's moths flying into me or not, but there's literally nothing down here.
There's nothing down here. Tia keeps feeling like, oh, my cable's down
And I just felt like I got pushed in the back, but I think that might have been the wind.
there. There's no wind.
There was wind just a second ago.
What wind?
Jill says there was one time a very barbaric goings on. Julie Connolly says she's getting the name Ramsey.
Interesting.
Yeah, Diane says ask if spirit is there to throw something. And also Liz says, is there an old children's home nearby?
No, I don't think there's a whole. There's an old school up this way, not too far across the field.
Julie's mentioned a full name, Samuel Ramsey.
I'll have a look at that now.
Thank you.
If there's any spirit around here with us, can you throw something or make yourself known?
Di
I am getting a
mentioned.
sense, when we said sensing animals and dead animals, I'm getting a sense of animal activity up here. So I'm thinking the dogs are picking up an animal.
Diane mentioned earlier, is there a preservation order for bats there?
So I just looked that up. So Guy, there was in basically you've got where Trudi is now. If you go maybe 4 or 5 minutes up the road, next to the reservoir where Kay was talking about those huts, the development that's happening there, there was loads of preservation work because they installed street lighting, and when they were installing the street lighting, they worked with the bat preservation order in order to prevent it disturbing the wildlife. So very, very good find. I'm going to look up Samuel Ramsey now.
No, I'm just thinking about your phone cracking up. But it
Judy's
wasn't
mentioned,
till
why
the-
am I getting corn?
Getting
And Lynn's
cold.
mentioned lady called Harriet.
Oh,
I
okay.
think corn is in the field, the other side is.
We think corn might be in the other field to the other side of us. We're going to go back down there a little bit because the phone is not happy here. It's not the signal.
No,
The phone
signals.
is just
Okay.
cracking. So something is setting the phone off.
Yeah.
I'm going to go further down, but yeah, something is setting
Jill's
the phone off.
mentioned.
Crackling? I've never heard of
Okay. Jill's mentioned, I feel there's been attacks up there, but more modern times. And Victorian lady used to visit the children in the school and was wicked. She was from an affluent background. And Dice put, oh, brilliant. Just had a sense of bats being protected or need to be protected.
Very good.
bats around here. When we were doing the horses earlier, there were bats flying everywhere.
Judy wants to know, was there a corn mill?
A cornfield.
Corn mill.
Corn mill? No. There's never been
Corn
a mill.
mill
It's been
nearby,
Trudi.
yeah.
Previous to that, there was the Pilgrims Road, so it goes back to the Pilgrims. There's a lot of history here. We'll go back up that way a bit more.
What?
Is that you?
No, that wasn't me.
That wasn't you either. Something just moved the branches and there's nothing on the thermal camera. Nothing at
Okay,
all.
that's good.
No, it's not.
When
We're
you're
not
just
here.
calling out then. Find out what
Can you
it
get a
is.
bit closer to it and see if you can see anything?
You can't see anything.
It's this bush. There's something rattled the bushes. but there's
Put your
nothing
hand in there.
there.
See if you can. Put your hand in there. See if you can rustle it and get them to recreate it.
Come on.
Right, whoever you are, can you redo? Oh,
Hi Danny, how you doing, mate?
it wasn't like that though,
No,
was
it's
it?
like a snap of a branch,
It's like a snap of a branch and
like a crack sound.
a crack sound and a wiggle. But there's no animals because there's nothing coming out of my filter. If you're here, Spirit, if anyone
Judy's put, who is Durant?
who is
Durant.
don't know, that'd be one for Dan. Right, if anybody's hiding behind the bush, if there's any spirit here, can you light my K2 up? Did you make the bush go again? Can you touch us again?
That's the wind.
Danny, we've been somewhere called Horling in Kent.
Why is it so windy?
Just put no idea why I'm getting the name Seamus. I think it's Scottish.
Having a look.
Right, how come this
Danny,
is windy?
being brave from the comfort of home.
I was out 2 weeks ago. I was spooked enough then.
Let's turn around again.
Right, Denise has mentioned World War II used as training ground.
This bit
Oh,
here
it's,
is
it's
windy.
literally
Right.
just windy
In
where we're
such
standing, and then the
sadness
rest of
along
it's
the
still.
path, but sense
Right.
a male energy.
Right, can you someone explain this geology wise? Where we are standing, all the leaves are moving, it's windy. That section isn't, and the section behind us isn't.
Irish.
But where we're standing, all the leaves are moving.
How does
Someone
that work?
explain that to us.
I can't.
No idea.
Spirit, if this is you moving all the ground to, oh God, don't. Why would you just do, it's wiggling, look, it's wiggling, can you see it on the camera? All this is wiggling.
Julie's mentioned, be careful, Trudy, you are being observed.
Right. Is there anyone out
And
there that knows about
Anna says, did
like nature, why this bit would be shaking and the bit up there and there isn't and the bit behind us isn't? Just this bit is. And we're not moving, our feet are stationary. And it stopped. Oh my God, it stopped.
No, it's still going a little bit.
Oh, over there.
We're still
My
wiggling.
bit here hasn't. My bit here. Oh, it's no,
It's just vibrating.
vibrating. Why would the tree be vibrating?
It's weird.
It's not even like wiggling leaves like wind. It is just vibrating. The whole thing is just quivering.
Just this one tree.
why don't you put your hand in it just in case?
Here you go.
Right. I'm going in. Hold on.
Here you go.
If I get stuck through a portal, come find me.
Can you imagine just get tugged through the
Ow,
bush?
It's a
Oh, be
portal.
careful
It's
then.
prickly. I'll give you that.
It's solid. Absolutely solid.
Maybe the tree's cold.
It's the tree cut. If there's a spirit, how are you vibrating? Look, it's going again. How are you vibrating that?
It
bush?
might be wind.
If it's just wind, how come I reckon? Hold on. Have you got me again? Ready?
Yeah.
Right, this is me.
Anne says, get in those bushes.
A solid tree. It's not going anywhere. That's when the trees move. And oh, shine them on again.
Sorry, I thought there was something on my leg.
Right, ready? Is when the bushes get blown.
Karen's mentioned maybe something is buried under there.
There you go.
The tree is vibrating. How bizarre. Spirit, if this is you vibrating the bush, can you do it again?
It might be just a tiny, tiny breeze that we're not feeling.
Okay, if it is spirit, can you stop vibrating the bush? It just feels like it's all vibrating.
Julie says, rally, don't know the significance, but it's coming through over and over.
What was that bit?
The name Rayleigh? Or,
Rally.
Yeah.
Rally. And Kay wants to know, did someone hang themselves there?
I mean, I don't know how. There's no other trees than these bushes.
Yeah, it's not really hanging material, but we don't know what was it like in the old days because it has such a history. It could have been, rather than farms, it could have been, I don't know, well, I think it was more farmland.
Yeah.
Jill says she can see an Afghan hound.
Oh, okay.
It's very specific.
That is specific, isn't it? That is. It's just so weird. There's no animals. There's nothing up here. There's, by
That is very strange.
could have even had rats. Anything. Nothing. The whole park is just dead.
Kay says, or maybe themselves to look like suicide. James wants to know, where are you in Horling?
Wants to do what?
Where are we in Hall?
Right, if you go from the High Street in Horling, and then you've got the A228, we're behind that going to Upper Horling. So you've got Cemetery Road, you go past the cemetery, over the A228, and then turn left. Follow the A228 back again towards Snodland, and there's a footpath that goes up. So it goes from the A228 up to Meadow Crescent. You can't see it very well in the map because it's totally overgrown with trees. So not many people know it's here. It's just the fact that none of the dogs want to walk up here. They get to the end and they sit down and they cower and they refuse to go up, and owners have to drag them. And it's like, why? It's just a footpath, but there's obviously something here that they are seeing that they don't like. And I think it might be animal. I really feel that is what we're getting here down this bit. But the whole history of this place is amazing. It's got so much history. It goes right back to cavemen times, the Romans and everything. So much happened. And then the Victorians. A lot of people have mentioned the Victorians, and there's a massive Victorian presence here when all the chalk pits were opened, and there was a massive, massive chalking industry. So yeah, history of all sorts.
Is there a ruin nearby?
Yes, you've got the Archbishop's Palace is now a wall. Pilgrims used to go there on the way to Canterbury, and the Romans used to go in and out. They used to come up the Medway, land at Horling, and so yeah, there is ruins. I'm feeling better now.
Yeah.
It's as if it's changed. The whole ambulance has just suddenly changed.
Well, Adrian says you should walk further up and find a gap in the edge.
Further up and find a gap. Is there a gap up here too?
There is a gap.
There is a gap up there apparently.
But it's a lot further up.
Oh, it's a lot
let's
further
trek.
up.
Go on.
Oh,
Into the darkness.
so you know there's a gap. Wow. How far up?
I can't remember.
And
It's hard to
Laura says, "Hey everyone, I didn't realise what time it was." And Karen says maybe there were guard dogs protecting the pits.
Oh, that'd be one for Dan to find that out.
I found a couple of historical bits. I'm just looking at stuff now. So I'm quiet because I'm reading. It's the only time you'll see me quiet, to be honest.
Yeah.
I keep picking up like all the
Anne
little moths.
says, "I think the dog's in there is a German Shepherd."
Right, another big dog being picked up. Yeah.
Ooh.
Is that a gap?
Starting to feel a bit.
I'm getting a bit edgy again.
Karen says the bush can vibrate if insects are chewing on the leaves.
Oh, okay.
I mean, there's a gap here, but
Can you have your light? I'm
sorry, there is a
I'm
gap there.
feeling a little bit uneasy again.
Yeah, so
I'm feeling really uneasy at this bit. I don't really want to go further.
Okay.
I don't feel like my heart rate is raising. Someone is showing me my heart getting faster and faster. It sounds like Ames is about to crash.
no, it's not.
I'm getting anxious.
Denise is seeing horses.
I'm running. Sorry?
You've seen horses.
Yeah, horses over in the field. We've just been over there. I'm feeling
There's also a lot of history with horses around there as well. There's quite a lot of documented history with like that in the times. That's how everything was moved around, basically. So
I don't see a thing up there.
Can't see a thing up there. I do feel more anxious here.
Yeah, I mean, there is a gap in the hedge.
Where's the gap?
There.
Well, there is a small gap in the hedge there.
There's a gap in the hedge, isn't there?
It'd be very quickly to get through. I really feel anxious here, and this is where there's another gap, if you can see it.
Adette says, "I feel there's a monk following you."
Hope not.
Oh, what, from the Bishop's Palace?
And could be. And Diane says, "A battle on horseback."
Battle on horseback.
yeah, for sure.
And
Again,
Karen
it's
says,
just past. I
"Spirit
feel fine
dogs
again, it's
still
just
guarding the area."
Right, where I suddenly felt really anxious, sweaty, and my heart rate is just suddenly gone again, as if I'm fine again. So whatever it is
Pacing.
pacing or passing through.
Well, this would have been.
I mean, this
It
is
is a
amazing.
Karen
footpath.
wants to
It
know.
is.
Footpath.
Karen wants to know what's on the other side of the edge.
It's a field.
It's a field,
Farmer's
and
field.
there's horses over there as well. There's a house and
Oh.
horses, and the taxi cab people. But it used to be farmers' land, so barns and things like this. The other side is field, and then horse again, and then it goes into the village. There's just nothing up here though. There's just silence.
It's weird.
It's weird. You should have the foxes here. You should have, well, but we've got badgers up in Upper Horton. We've got all sorts and nothing in this pathway. Nothing at all.
Kay mentioned she sent someone screaming, and Diane says it's trying to prevent you from crossing the line. And Sarah says, I'm feeling anxious for you. I'm feeling alcohol-related accidental deaths. I think you should go much further. Be careful.
Doesn't.
Okay. I won't go much further then.
And Laura says, oh, no idea where you are or what's being said, but I'm picking up on Romans marching in succession, going way back.
100%. Well done, Laura.
Yeah, they would have done across the Pilgrims
And
Road. The
absolutely.
Romans were huge here in Horlin.
Lynn says, I feel a black horse pulling a flat back cart, bodies on.
Oh,
And
right,
Anne's
because
mentioned
they-
the land is definitely being protected by someone. And Diane says it's protected by a sense of authority from a time back in the early 1900s.
Yeah, the
And
Victorians were
Adrian
huge
says,
here.
any poachers?
No idea.
There could have been. The Victorians were huge here in settlement. They really were.
The phone stopped cracking as well.
And the phone stopped cracking. Our phone went really weird just down there. It started to kind of crackle. And it wasn't signal, it was just the phone was crackling. Never had that before, it was bizarre. Yeah, the K2 is not gone off, and there's nothing, not even an animal on the heat seeker, which is really bizarre, nothing. And normally I watch hedgehogs and mice, you can see anything on this.
It's almost like all the animals are avoiding it.
Yeah, like the dogs do,
It's-
hence that's why they won't come up.
it's really weird, isn't it? It's like it's just a complete, like, it's a no-go path. I.e., it's just a field of we can't go in there, we can't be around there. Like it's just a complete like energy zone, if that makes sense.
It's starting to crack again.
It's cracking again.
I'm getting tight again.
My phone is getting crackly again as we talk about it. It's really weird. Spirit, if you're here, can you make yourself known? Can you throw
It
something?
could be some energy coming through.
Can you show yourself on my heat seeker? Can you set the K2 off? Can you tell us why you're here? Can you connect with anyone? We just want to know why you're here. Are you upset that we're down the pathway? Are you the one frightening the dogs?
Diane's mentioned it's really weird. Silence is golden. It's being flattened of energy.
Bizarre, isn't it? Where the phone can go crackly, yet the K2 doesn't.
Dan,
Jill says, I'm getting dandelion bergamot. Could there have been witches or healers as they were known?
Quite possibly.
Adrian says, feel like poachers used to... Sorry. Adrian says, feel like poachers use the pathway and why animals are reluctant near there as they sense death. And Laura says, is there something to do with exotic animals nearby? I'm thinking bears and even possibly lions.
I don't know about that at all. Don't know that one. I'm feeling okay again now. It comes just in waves, isn't it, Tia? It's literally, it comes and it makes you feel uneasy and then it goes again. Bizarre.
Oh, feeling that we're being watched from right there.
You feel we're being watched. It does have a sense of being watched here, and it does have a sense of not welcome.
It's like I don't want to look away.
And I really do feel like there are animals here that are protected, or animal spirit here, and that's what the live animals are picking up.
Karen says, could it have been an old Roman road where you are?
Most definitely. There could definitely be a connection to that.
Well,
Denise says it feels like games were played there. If you could survive from top to bottom, you would be treated by something beyond your imagination. Not many made it, gladiator style.
Oh, right. We know the Pilgrims Road is in Upper Halling and it runs right through. It's still called the Pilgrims Road up there from when they used to go from the Bishop's Palace towards Rochester on their way to Canterbury.
Sarah's mentioned, has Trudi got any equipment to listen to the spirits? I feel the spirit following them is protective of them.
I haven't got any voice recorders at all.
Would it work on my phone?
And Anne says, could be something patrolling the pathway, or it comes and goes as it gets closer to you.
Do you know, it's really interesting you mentioned about patrolling, because there's, in part of the history, there used to be a dedicated police officer that used to patrol Halling as it was, and it was like his area, so there was no one else. And as we're talking about it, Trudy just said the K2's going. And his name, I was reading about it.
I've gone absolutely goosey. I've literally, every hair on my body is now standing up, whoever's here. Right, I've got you, you've got me. I need you to communicate. Who are you? Why are you here? Give me a time frame. Are you Victorian? Are you Roman? Are you Georgian? How far back do you go? Can you show me who you are? If you can light the K2 to red to show that you're here, can you please do that again? You just walked straight through me. Can you light this K2 up again? I'm ice cold. Are you feeling every hair on your head?
I feel sick.
You feel sick. All right. We know that you're here now. I'm not here to harm anyone. I just want to know why you're frightening the dogs, or who's patrolling this area, why you are here, who you are. Can you light this up to red, please?
Trudy says, can you ask if it's a 1960s beat?
Not too far off, 1950s.
Are you a police officer from the 1950s or 1960s? Do you patrol up here? What was that?
That was from the road.
That was from the road, are you
That's
sure?
from the road.
Are you sure? Do you want to just turn around and look? Be brave.
There's no one there. It's from the road.
No, there's no one there. It sounded like, are you sure?
Mhm.
That's from the road.
It's from the road.
Freaking out. They've gone again. Totally gone again. It's just as if someone just went straight past.
I keep moving my head.
Yeah.
Lots of people are saying Roman soldiers and guarding the path.
Here we go again. Are you Roman soldier? We need to know if you're Victorian. Are you a Roman soldier? Are you a police officer?
Laura says, I keep thinking I can a faint hum.
It's just people passing through.
This is an old footpath.
This is what it is. This is what I'm
Such an old
getting.
footpath.
This is literally because it's an old footpath. It's a historic footpath. People are still passing through.
But then why would I feel uneasy?
Because what you're doing is you're walking through their energy, or they're walking past you as if they're still. It's the essence of them. It's them carrying on their journey still, and you're walking past their energy, and so you go through into their energy and out the other side. Just now, like they just came through and out, they're walking through.
They must be very judgmental people.
Yes, everyone doesn't have to be pleasant that's walking through. You can have horrible people, good people. I think that's what it is. They're just all walking up and down the pathway still.
Karen wants to know, is it on a ley line?
There are ley lines around here, Karen, yes, because I've got one going through the front of my house and through the dining room. There are ley lines.
This is the direction that our ley line goes.
Is this the direction our ley line goes?
Our house is...
Where would we be?
over there.
Over there. So yes, it quite possibly our ley lines. I would agree with that. Definitely.
Right, we've only got about 8 minutes left. Oh, Dan.
Hello.
Do you want me to try and see if...
Hello, Dan. What have you managed to find on the location?
Do you know what? There's actually not there's loads, but there's not loads, if that makes sense. There's quite a lot like Roman style history.
Yeah.
So lots of Roman soldiers, Roman burial grounds, and there is still around the parish as well. There's still like Roman tiles and stuff that dates back to that time. So quite historical there, and a lot of people obviously had Roman connections. We had the police man that was the dedicated Bobby, and Di shared the date that wasn't too far off the article that I've got here as well, that used to patrol around the area.
Can I just add something, Dan?
Go on.
Where our house is built, we're in the old police station.
Are you?
Yes.
Wow.
I know. We are out the close. There's 3 houses in our close, and that was the police yard.
Wow.
In the 50s, 60s. I don't know what time frame it is, but the house at the front of our close still has in their garden the old you know, the lamps they used to have?
Yeah.
The lamp lights they had outside the police station. They've still got that in their garden.
That's brilliant.
I know.
Love that. Next time I'm round, I'll take a look.
Tia's got her phone on EVP just in case we pick anything up, and we'll read this back. So we're talking about the police and the Romans, and we'll see if we get any connection. We'll let you know.
Brilliant. We talked a lot about children. Now, there's lots of history that dates back to going through the war times. The chalk pits were actually children's play areas. And we've got a lot of historical Victorian schools there as well, where children attended. There's not much recorded around the death of children, but definitely lots of presence of children playing. And also there was a really weird reference, which would have been great if someone picked it up. We talked about the horses. The horses used to deliver milk to the children. So it was a bottle a day they used to get given. And that was part of the kind of commitment. So we had that was going through there. We had the small huts that Kay mentioned as well. And then someone else, I can't remember what we jumped onto. It was the bats, wasn't it, that Di mentioned, the preservation order that jumped on the back of that as well. So along with everything that we felt and sensed, and as we've gone further down that road, there's been some really great evidence that's come out tonight. And I think I definitely have felt very oppressed as I've sat here tonight, and quite strange, more so than usual. And then we've, of course, got the evidence from Trudi. There is absolutely nothing going off on that thermal camera in an area where there would be. Like, it's all woodland around there. There is definitely animals around there. There is definitely lots of wildlife, and we're seeing zero wildlife. There is something that is very, very crazy going on there.
I have nothing more to add. Can I go home now?
No.
We've still got another 4 minutes, but we can just look up very, very soon.
Well, we can head back that way
But-
so you can see the entrance to it as well. So if we head back down that, and this is where all the
Absolutely.
dogs stop. So we turn round. Okay. And it's funny how the feeling we've had comes and goes. It's really bizarre tonight. It comes and it goes.
We're so quiet. I might pick them up.
You're right.
Mhm.
It will get noisy because of the bypass.
It's definitely been an interesting one tonight.
Yeah, it really has.
Oh, we got someone again. Hold on. Okay, I don't want to freak you out here, but we've got someone walking with us. Who said earlier that there was someone protective? I do feel there is someone helping us walk out. There is definitely someone protective with us, which is really nice. I feel a really nice feeling with this energy. And it's a male energy.
Trudy, I wonder when
Maybe if you go back there again.
They're helping, they're walking out with us, which is really nice. I get a really good feeling about this energy that's surrounding me and Tia as we walk out.
Trudy, when I was researching that police officer earlier, Guy also mentioned the police officer. And when I started saying the Bobby, the K2 was going off. Maybe there's loads of energy that's walking up and down that path, and he's there protecting you because it's still like his land as it is. He's still in charge. It doesn't give us a name, so I can't get the name. There isn't a name reference to him. But yeah, look, Guy's just said the same there as well. It may be the police officer.
Should we carry on walking down?
Yeah.
I feel quite comforted now.
I don't.
Maybe the next time you go, if you go back and we do another live there, maybe it might be worth taking the dog with you next time.
I can always ask.
Yeah, we did think about. Wow, I said to Andy we could take his one. Is Andy still there?
Absolutely. He's not in the back room yet, but I'm sure we'll jump back on before we finish.
Right, okay, now I'm getting a headache.
Laura says she's getting the name Peter.
Now I'm getting a headache. My head is busting. My head is feeling like it's being squeezed. And I want to throw up. This was where the bush was all vibrating, wasn't it, earlier?
Yeah, still is.
This is the... Oh, God, we're back at the vibrating bush again. And I feel sick. My head...
Diane says, get out.
Oh, that bit there is horrible.
She also says it's time to move out.
Back to civilization. Woohoo! So show them the field. This is the field just behind the bush. So that's all it is field.
Wow.
And here. So there's nothing there, and then the other side again is just field. And it's purely that pathway that the dogs hate. Bizarre.
Absolutely.
Very
Trudy, guess what?
I can
Wow.
go home. Woohoo!
What a night.
You can go home. Right.
Thank you for joining
I
us,
want to say
everybody.
Brilliant night, Trudy. Well done.
Yeah, that was really good.
Here
I want to
and
say
moving.
thank you to everybody. I want to say thank you to everybody for contributing to the night and that lot. So I want to say thank you and see you all next week. Take care, everybody, and
See
goodbye.
you soon.
Bye.
Bye.